On the 8th day of September 2023, thank you so much for allowing us into your lunchtime space. My name is Patricia Lukoma Mpango, and this is your lunchtime news. Straight away into the bulletin, President Yoweri Museveni has reassured Ugandans that they should not panic or worry about the Allied Democratic Forces terrorists because they were defeated a long time ago. The president made this assurance at State House Lodge Nakasero during his presidential address on security matters and issues of the national importance.
So Ugandans, as we are hunting these people in Congo, the authors, your job here is to see anybody you don't know and say, who are you? Police come. Ugunoha. Onani. That's what actually caused the problems for them at Kayanja's place. Because I had alerted the police, I had sent a message to the police. You people, watch out. Anybody trying to go to the church, when he's not known in the area, challenge him. That's how we got them. Now, then, carrying bags containing explosives. You see anybody carrying a bag, you don't know him. But even if he's not carrying a bag, because he may be having a suicide belt, the ones who tie explosives around themselves to kill themselves. So the issue is somebody you don't know in your area should not enter your church, should not enter your bar. Markets are more difficult, but the markets are more organized. There they can check the ones who are entering and leaving, because the markets are in confined places. But in the meantime, this is what I ask the population to do. Number one, no strangers entering your church, please. Anybody whom you don't know in the area must be challenged and isolated and reported to the police. Nobody should enter your bar, because you drinkers, you know one another.
Government has urged all teaching institutions to align with the education digital agenda strategy to comprehensively adopt digital payment systems for schools. The Assistant Commissioner in charge of the private education institutions, George Motekanga, says that schools and other educational institutions must embrace digital payment methods in order to keep up with the current payment technology trends and in a way to promote the country's education digital agenda strategy 2021-2025.
Government has recognized the use of digital technologies in education as an avenue of providing learners and trainers an opportunity to operate with ease in a highly digitalized economy. The Deputy Commissioner in charge of private education, George Mutekanga, says policies and initiatives have been put in place to facilitate the implementation of digital technology in schools to improve the quality of education. He was presiding over the school paid digital financial literacy training for teachers held in Kampala.
As government, we need to suggest and support the digital agenda, but we also need to put in place the infrastructure. We need to put in place the internet connections. We need to have the service providers. I'm happy we're working with different banks in Uganda, and therefore the Uganda Banking Association should come together and we agree on a strategy on how best we can do it. But for now, we are very happy as a ministry that we have saved us from embarrassments, we have saved us from issues of insults, of linings and cheating and stealing of people's money.
The commissioner applauded School Pay for supporting the government digital agenda by providing teachers with relevant training skills to effectively deal with emerging technologies. School Pay, a new mobile solution, is helping parents in Uganda overcome barriers by allowing them to pay for school-related expenses securely with their phones.
The main challenges highlighted by the users, those are the directors, the bursars and the head teachers, has largely been about training. There is still a bit of gaps in the knowledge from the school side, and we are going to leverage our footprint in Uganda, the different areas where our people are, to intensify the training.
Teachers showed that School Pay platform eases the school fees collection process and offers real-time account reconciliation, among other benefits.
But then they made School Pay made life very easy for them in a way that even someone that had a basic of a cartouche phone could also be able to use the same phone to make the payments for school fees without them necessarily having to go to the bank. So this made things easier for parents. By the time one decides to go to the nearest branch, you calculate the transport, the inconvenience of being in a line, and instead one could be able to be in the convenience of their sitting room or in their kitchen or in their farm, and they can be able to make these payments right off their phone.
Digital financial services have enormous potential to drive financial inclusion in Uganda, and since its inception in 2017, School Pay has reached hundreds of schools and more than 100,000 parents and guardians.
Now, in the area to curb waste control, about 100 women in the districts of Mukono, Buyikwe, Kayunga and Jinja are set to undergo training in briquette making, courtesy of Coca-Cola Company initiative of advocate for usage of renewable energy. Let's hear more in this report.
This briquettes making venture, courtesy of Coca-Cola Umama Rice Partnership, targets empowering women with lifetime skills which can make them financially stable, while at the same time conserving the environment.
So this training will take on 100, let me call them students. We'll start with 100. Yeah, they will learn how to make the briquettes, and then they will go on to train others. First of all, the equipment that we bought is going to be stationed at the moment. Women can keep coming to train. Mama already has a pool of women that they work with. So they'll just, it really is a ripple effect kind of engagement. So they'll keep coming and training and learning how to make these briquettes. And really the number should be endless. Yeah, but we'll start with 100. So while they pick their waste material from the garbage collection materials of all sorts, they'll also be able to collect and sort the PET and put it aside so that they're able to then come as Coca-Cola Beverages Uganda and take it back to our PRO, plastic recycling industries in Kawa. We want to give them all these opportunities so that they're able to sustain themselves. And we hope that this is the beginning of many more projects that will do our women in our communities and the societies in which we operate.
Briquettes are alternative fuel for wood, made from domestic husks and many other wastes dumped in garbage collection centers.
So a bag of charcoal goes for 150,000 shillings. There are very few Ugandans who can actually afford a bag of charcoal every month. And so as an organization, we thought it wise in partnering with Coca-Cola to make sure that the skills, briquette making skills are extended to women. A briquette is basically a compact of biomass, and a briquette is a renewable energy source. Renewable meaning that the outcomes or the air that comes through from burning the briquette can actually go back to the environment and be used by plants, other than using fossil fuels like petrol, where the outcome is actually carbon monoxide, which is very, very dangerous for the environment. And so a briquette becomes a very renewable energy source.
The conservation of our environment is a shared responsibility that can address challenges of climate change and biodiversity loss. Crispus Ainitwe, Joshua Kagoro, UBC News.
In Sebei, elders and leaders of Kakawowo sub-county in Kapchora district are calling for government's intervention to clearly demarcate Kapchora Bulambuli boundary, which according to them has taken ages since prolonging border conflicts between the Sabine and Bagisu from Bulambuli.
We want a boundary, a real mark of boundary. If any demarcation.
Sebei sub-region was carved from Bugisu in 1961 to 1962 and a boundary was established at River Sironko, but the stakeholders that included Charicha ABC argue that since then Sebei Bugisu boundary has been shifting every other day, hence causing conflicts between the Sabines and Bagisu from Bulambuli.
From 1890 to date, our land has constantly been eroded. It has been taken over. From Sironko up to Muyembe where we are, we have lost 3 counties and 60 clans.
The boundary has kept being mobile. It used to be in Sironko, according to history. Now it came to around the River Muyembe, and now here we are at the mountains here. We can't guarantee that the conflict will not reoccur.
Luke Cherop, one of the stakeholders, attributed the shifting of boundary to the struggle for Bulambuli district to get the raw materials for making cement.
The rocks are the raw materials which for cement. They have attracted investors from who are based in Tororo, like Hima Cement. There is a percentage that's supposed to go to the district. People from the lower end, from Bulambuli, they want the boundary to go a little higher, above, so that the quarries are within their district, so that the revenue will go to them as a district.
The Sabines also expressed that in 1999, Odwe Commission that was tasked to investigate the original boundary between Sebei and Bugisu revealed that Sansala Parish in Kawawa sub-county located in Kapchora district, but they wonder how the boundary was shifted to include some upper belt areas of Kapchora to Bulambuli.
Odwe came and he found out that 75% of this land belonged to the Sabine, which is true. Then 10% was for the Nandi, 10% for the Bukusu, and 5% for the Gishu.
According to these elders, they have written to the president seeking audience to address the issue, but in vain.
Requesting for the audience so that we go and meet His Excellency, so that we are told where is our border.
Iga Muhammad and Marion Awori, UBC.
Over to Ghana, where Ghana hiked its power prices. This is for the 3rd time this year, further burdening consumers who had already been facing economic challenges. Residents and business people have expressed concerns over the surge in the cost of living as authorities struggle to restore fiscal stability and economic growth. Well, we will be bringing that story in a subsequent bulletin. Right now, let's move on to other stories. At 92, Defers Savidie could be the oldest member of the Lions clubs in Uganda, and of course of Uganda District 411B, but one of the most generous ones. The retired educationist recently donated 3 acres of land to the Lions Club for construction of a hospital, an act that put her among the oldest donors in the club.
She is a lady with a lion's heart and passionate in offering voluntary service to humanity. Despite being of advanced age, Defasi Sabiria donated acres of land to the Lions Clubs of Uganda for construction of a hospital, an act that pleased friends and fans of the Lions Clubs.
And this lady is so special because for lions in this region and in Uganda, she has also donated 5 acres of land to lions to build a children's hospital. So we are excited that her plaque might come in time.
For this, 92-year Defasi Savidia won herself a handshake, a Lions Club pin and a plaque from the immediate past president Lions Clubs International, Brian Sheehan. The former head teacher of several schools in Busoga is now an accomplished donor and a respected member of the Lions Clubs of Uganda 411B. Lion Brian Sheehan, who has been on a 2-day visit to Uganda, commended Defasi Savidia for her service to humanity.
Thank you very much. That's very, very inspiring.
Sheehan was in the company of past international director Phil Nathan, board appointee Danny Elkins, and Manoj Shah, the third international president.
I also, because you are the oldest lion here, I want to give you my friendship banner as well. And you made a great day by your contribution and your donations of what you've done. That is unbelievable. You are making a great difference in people's lives.
The Governor, Lions Clubs of Uganda 411B, Dr. Stanley Bubikire, and other senior Lions and Lions Clubs leaders in Uganda were accompanying immediate past President Brian Sheehan to a meeting with Lions and Lions Clubs of Busoga in Jinja City.
That we saw here today in the planning and the bus stop and everything else, that's what it's about. I want you to share the joy of being aligned with others. Thank you so much for what you do.
During the visit, Brian Sheehan planted trees in Jinja City and also hiked a boat ride from Jinja Sailing Club to the source of the Nile.
Visitor, together with all the delegation, accompanied by the district governor for Uganda, hosted by John.
Sheehan was in the company to meet the Lions Clubs of Uganda District 411B members. He urged Ugandans to join the Lions Clubs Association so that more funds are raised to support those in need. Sudat Kaye and Deo Habimana, UBC News.
At 19 minutes past 1 o'clock, let's take a short break and we will return with more news.
Water, please. Can I pay with Momo?
No.
Ha. Hey, can I pay with Momo? Ha.
Here's our merchant.
Oh, very good.
7 mega?
20. Can I pay with Momo?
Unfortunately, no.
Ha. Baby, let's go.
When paying with MTN Momo comes with more benefits for everyone, it just doesn't make sense not to have it.
Hello, I've come for rent.
Can I pay with Momo?
Yes, you can.
Pay or shop with MTN Momo and get cashback every week. It's free of charge. Use the Momo app or dial *165*3#.
Here is the 2023 musical launch of the year. 16th of September 2023, Kololo Ceremonial Grounds will be the only place to be, as the whole of Uganda will gather to witness the Museveni Awoma musical launch by Eman Sereko, also known as Munamasaka. Don't miss all your artists, comedians, stage and movie actors, members of parliament, ministers, leaders at different levels, led by the Right Honorable Premier Robin Nabanja. The chief guest of the day will be the one and only Sabalwanyi Jajamwami, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. All at a free entry at Kololo Ceremonial Grounds on the 16th of September 2023. Do not miss.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or gift.
Get freaky too! Dial star 100 star 0 hash to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial star 100 star 0 hash. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial star 100 star 0 hash to get started.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Juko. Yo. What you check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a poultry project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
Water, please. Can I pay with Momo?
No.
Hey, can I pay with Momo?
Here's our merchant.
Oh, very good.
7 mega?
20. Can I pay with Momo?
Unfortunately, no.
Baby, let's go.
When paying with MTN Momo comes with more benefits for everyone, it just doesn't make sense not to have it.
Hello, I have come for rent.
Can I pay with Momo?
Yes, you can.
Pay or shop with MTN Momo and get cashback every week. It's free of charge. Use the Momo app or dial star 165 star 3 hash.
Welcome back. As we continue, Dokolo district in northern Uganda is a place where faith is a cornerstone for many lives. But for the faithful in this district, their places of worship are in a state of crisis.
This is St. Alexandria Luitma Church of Uganda, where construction works came to a screechy halt 6 long years ago, just as the roofing phase commenced. Similarly, the Benyo Seventh-day Adventist Church has been locked in a decade-long battle with an unfinished structure. The challenges facing these sacred spaces of worship are twofold: financial limitations of the congregants and the escalating cost of building material.
It is very, very difficult because, first of all, we are very few in the church, but we have put a very big church.
Benyo as such, it was at a dilapidating situation.
It is against this backdrop that Dokolo woman MP Cecilia Wal is determined to help revitalize these crumbling places of worship.
And that's why we are always coming to her as our representative in the parliament, and she is always with us, and we are very happy about her.
The coordinators down there who have selected these churches, they go there, they see where the building is and how the building is, and now as the cement and iron sheets goes down there, we shall follow up to ensure they are put.
She has launched an initiative to provide vital building materials and financial support to cover labor costs for over 150 worship centers in need. At the present, 1,300 bags of cement and over 1,000 iron sheets have made their way to these struggling churches. In an exclusive interview with UBC TV earlier, Honorable Gwal shared that her commitment to supporting God's kingdom is deeply rooted in a cherished family tradition of steadfast devotion to church.
So that's how we normally do our thing. Me, generally, I help all the churches. I cannot tell anyone that I built one particular church, no. But I always help all the churches in whatever humble way that I can. And Some of our
The
members
story
of
of
the
the
family
Dokulo
was a
places of
member.
worship is that of resilience, faith, and community spirit. The residents here say the exceptional donation will go a long way in enhancing God's kingdom. Eddie Olua, UBC News.
The inaugural Climate Change Summit in Kenya has seen the adoption of the African leaders' Nairobi Declaration on Climate Change, calling for action. This sets a new narrative to Africa's commitment to address this kind of scourge.
It is wonderfully appropriate that Africa is a young continent. The future does not merely belong to us. Our youth make us the future. Proceeding on the recognition that the reform of the multilateral financial architecture and the mobilization of adequate financial resources is necessary for progress in our journey into the future, we have challenged the international community to exercise a level of imagination in governance and climate action that is commensurate with the imperatives to overcome the immense existential challenges of our time. I am satisfied that we have done very well in our first Africa Climate Summit. I'm delighted that much progress has taken place here, proud that we gave your best and grateful for your steadfast support and commitment to our collective aspirations and unity. I thank you for kindly accepting our invitation to attend this summit. I don't take for granted everybody's attendance, big and small, and for your patience throughout the proceedings. I know some of them were long, you had to wait, but you demonstrated unimaginable patience. I want to say thank you very much. It was necessary. Your devotion to Africa's contribution to the transformation of global climate action is exemplary and admirable. I thank the Committee of African Heads of State on Climate Change for giving me the opportunity to champion this phase of our continent's journey to global leadership and in climate action and green industrialization. And I promise that I will do my very best. I also thank the Africa Union and the Africa Union Commission for their unstinting support for my leadership at the CAHOSP and for this summit. Musa Faki and your team, Joseka and your team, thank you very much.
And as we step into the world of sports, Uganda Cranes wrapped up the qualification campaign to the next year's Africa Cup of Nations with a win over Niger in Morocco. In the game played on Thursday at the Grand Stade Marrakech, Uganda defeated Niger 2-0. Abdulaziz Kayondo and Joseph Ochaya scored a goal each in the first half to guide the Cranes to victory. Earning the much-needed win results from the other Group F game. The game couldn't help Uganda qualify again. Algeria and Tanzania played out the goalless draw, which meant that the latter finished second on 8 points, one ahead of Uganda.
All the best in your clubs.
Well, it swung to the back post, missed by everybody, left in fact by all the defenders as well. Pumped back in, edge of the 6-yard box, headed out, then the shot comes in, deflects, and that's 2-0. Well, Uganda, they've had basically two.
Now, with happenings with Crested Cranes, the national women's national team is upbeat ahead of the 2024 Total Energies Women's Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers. The team in residential camp in Jero continues with training ahead of their game against Algeria this month in a two-legged affair at the first round of next year's WAFCON edition. The team will enter residential camp at Fufa Technical Center in Jero on Wednesday. That will be morning to embark on preparations. Uganda will host the first leg on the 20th of September at Fufa Technical Center in Jero, while the return leg will be held in Oran a week later. Uganda is seeking to return to the continental showpiece for a third time and a second successive appearance, having played in Morocco last year. The winner on aggregate between Uganda and Algeria will face either Burundi or Ethiopia at the final qualification stage.
We had a good training session in preparation for the game against Algeria. The training was really very, very good. Actually, we are still testing the fitness levels of our players, and I know we shall have a good team at the end. We are only going to miss some players who actually they have recently requested that we let them settle for their exams that are soon coming. That is the USE exams. Then we have one who got an injury. We have a report from Kampala Queens, one of the players got an injury. Then we have another player who's still working on documents. So we like to miss about 5 players that we had summoned. These ones who are going for the exams, we have Nanda.
Well, that does bring us to the end of our lunchtime news. Thank you so much for allowing us into your lunchtime space once again. I'm Patricia Lukoma Mpango. Very good afternoon to you.